Welcome to Deep Thought. Change your thinking, change your life. Now, this might come off as a more inspirational type of video, but the inspiration is still needed because everything comes down to your thinking. Indeed, Deep Thought is about thinking. You know, it was interesting that someone had hit me up on my other channels talking about starting a spiritual channel. And I explained to them that's one reason I won't do it is because people have different spiritual paths. Now, what do I have to do with this? You have to think about what path you're going to go on. See, one of the things that many people don't do out here is actually think. Unfortunately, many people simply follow. They're not thinking about stuff. They follow in the path of the herd. They doing what everybody else is as far as how they wear their clothes. They doing what everybody else is doing as far as the things that they'll eat. They are following a path set by a previous herd. And this isn't, and let me be clear, this isn't putting people down. Maybe I can just say the masses, or I'll say the masses, the majority of people. And the thing is, they're not really thinking. See, here's the thing. Thinking is powerful because, you know, you get a lot of people, okay, like in the relationship area, you get a lot of people focused on the physicality. You know, I talk about the physicality. But to even get to that point, you have to think. You have to make a decision. Like, I'm always known for talking about body game, but you have to make a decision to fix your body. You have to make a choice as to what you're doing. Now, the thing is, many people, if they are failing in life and they can't figure out what to do, I would say to each and every one of them, I will look them in the eye and say, you got to change how you're thinking. Like if you go out in the world, like say you have a pessimistic thinking and that's how you're thinking about things, you're going to continuously run into problems. You are going to continuously, because you're already thinking that way. And see, your actions follow your thought. Because then if you're thinking, okay, I'm going to have a bad day today, then you go out. What's going to happen? First of all, you're going to walk around like it's going to be bad. You're not going to walk with purpose or anything. And you're going to give off an overall vibration that will indeed draw negative things to you because you're giving that off. Like, for example, say if you walk through a bad neighborhood, which is notorious for armed robberies, and you walk through that neighborhood thinking, I'm going to get robbed. What's going to happen is your body language is going to have a fearful victim mentality or look, vibration. You're going to walk a certain way. You're going to have a certain amount of fear. And the thing is, that's going to draw the very thing that you actually fearing. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Because if you talk to anybody who's been in the streets, been in the hood, like I said, been in the streets, one of the worst things you do is look like a victim. You're walking through with fear. But you, at the same time, if you walk through and you say, nah, nobody's going to bother me, nobody's going to step to me, you're going to go through with a confident, powerful body language. And trust me, robbers, they are very picky about their victims. They'll look at you and say, no, not him. Like I've always told that story when I was working at this gym. And it was snowing out. It was a bad snowstorm out. We needed to close the gym early. But then there were these two young men hanging around a member's car, and it was a late model fancy car. This dude was a 400-pound bench press engineer. He went outside in a snowstorm, snow coming down. He went outside with nothing on but a tank top and told them to get away from his car. Now somebody would say, oh yeah, he was all big. But these young men were armed. They robbed someplace later. But here was the thing. He walked out there with that attitude thinking, oh, I can move them away. See, your thoughts, they're a software program. Your body is just the hardware they're encased in. Software program or the program you have in your smartphone. It's the intelligence that's driving it. Like a car is driven intelligently. I mean, yeah, they're working on some self-driving cars, but until we get them, the car's driving intelligent. It has the thought behind it. Even then, even when they get self-driving cars, the AI is driving the car when they fully get them. And there's only a matter of time anyway. There's only a matter of time. Now, here's the whole thing with it. My point is, everything the physical is driven by the mental. So if you having trouble in life, things ain't going well, you got to change your thinking. You got to change your thinking. And you know, it's funny, because I had mentioned on my money channel something about mindset. Of course, I had a troll saying something about the, just the number of subs on that channel. Now, apparently the person didn't know me overall, but I'm thinking, well, what can you do in life without a mindset? I want you to think about that. What can you do? If you can't think, first of all, if you can't think, period, then you're pretty much dead. You're brain dead. So you have to think. You have to think what I'm going to eat, what I'm going to do. Even the masses, they are thinking enough just to simply follow the crowd. Because at any point, they can change that. And see, that's where the power is. You change how you're thinking. And that's something I've learned. Like, I've had people tell me, you're always optimistic. You're always looking. It's like, that's my thinking. My thinking is any problem can be solved no matter how bad. I've had many instances where stuff just looked like it was going to go in a different direction, but just keeping that positive thought, it went in the positive direction. And, I've course corrected so many times, and a lot of successful people have course corrected. Like, I use a prominent example that is real popular, especially in this space: relationships. Now, if you walk out the house, okay, let me use this. There's a lot of women always complain about a shortage of good men. But they walking outside, hanging out, they're giving a body language like there is. For them, it's going to be. But as soon as they change their thinking, they think, oh, there's plenty of men. There's a change. I've known women who've done this. I've known women who were plain Janes. They were plain Janes. They weren't the sexiest. And, if IG was around when they were, at their physical peak, they still wouldn't get a lot of attention. But yet they got a lot of men because they had the right attitude. Or men looking for women. If a man thinks all women are 304s or something, well, they all going to be. Me, I think they're good women. I think most women are good women. Therefore, boom. I have positive, like 95% positive interactions with women, 95%. And even the 5% that is not, okay, I just say, all right, I know what to look for next time. I'm thinking about what to look for next time. And that's the thing. Like, if you're going through life, you're the pilot. You're the pilot of the ship. You can choose, and you can think about what you're going to do. You can think and choose, like, do you want to follow the masses or you want to pave your own path? Like, sometimes, it might be a good thing, depending on what it is, to say, I'm going to go with the crowd. It's cool as long as you're consciously thinking about it, not just following along. But then you might say, okay, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to adjust this. You got to think. When there's a problem, think about it. Think about it. And the more you think, you'll find a simple solution. So anyway, that's all I have for now. I'll get back with you. But think about what I'm saying and change your life. Peace and blessings, y'all.